Hi there. Do deep pockets make for a great SEO checkup tool? We're going to find out in just a minute. Hi, I'm Ross Barefoot with Horizon Web Marketing and the Horizon Web Marketing Academy. We've been working through a series of free online tools that will help you do an SEO checkup on your website. Now, these SEO checkers are pretty common. There's a lot of them out there, and many of them are made by small teams of developers laboring away, sometimes more of a labor of love than anything else, and we've reviewed a number of good tools. This time we're going to turn our attention to a tool developed by one of the big companies out there, a company named Hubspot that you may or may not have heard of. Hubspot is a major player in digital marketing. They've got a great platform for marketing your business. I can't really review the platform here, but they also have a lead magnet tool, that is a tool designed to generate interest in their business, called the Website Grader. So we're going to take a look at that tool and see, okay, this was developed by a company with deep pockets. Does it show up in their free SEO checker? So let's have a look. When you arrive at the website, you know that you're dealing with a heavy hitter here because their domain is grader.com. That's a pretty high-end type of domain for a company to have, and they've got website as the subdomain, so it reads website.grader.com. You can see it's powered by HubSpot at the top. Very simple interface. It asks how strong is your website, asks you to put in the website, and they also want your email. HubSpot is great for being out there and trying to build their email list. And I'd first like to point out that HubSpot offers lots of great content online, and so nothing in this review should detract from the fact that they've really made some positive contributions in the world of digital marketing. Now, we've been running a website that we've been using as kind of a test website called Artisans of Colorado, and as you can see, it's pretty plain. This is what it looks like. And it has not been optimized for search. As a matter of fact, we've thrown some errors in there just to see if some of these tools will pick up on the errors. So here's the report that I get when I run artisansofcolorado.com through HubSpot. It tells me that my site is good. That really makes me feel great. It registers it as an 80. The thing is, as someone who's done SEO for, going on forever now, since 2002, I can tell you there is no way artisansofcolorado.com deserves an 80 on any scale in terms of search engine optimization. Let's take a look at what they've talked about here. It says that my performance gets a 20 out of 30, my mobile readiness gets a 30 out of 30, the SEO gets a 20 out of 30, and security 10 out of 10. And then it gives me a screen capture, and then we start to get into some of its results. Now, one thing that probably some of you might like, I personally get tired of, and that is they really indulge in a lot of cute descriptions here. So some copywriter went to town on the informal side of things. But I find this tool to be probably the least useful of any tool that I've tested so far. It gives me very little data. I'll give you one example here. It's showing me my page speed is slow. It's just giving me an overall number rather than breaking down into the things that Google looks at, like when does the page first start to render? When do people first start to see it, as opposed to when it completely loads? The other thing is they tell me that I might try speeding things up a bit. If I click on any of these links to read more, I'm expecting to see some details associated with that, like what specifically could I improve, and instead it just takes me to a very general blog post, and that's the case with all of this stuff like page requests, page size, and so forth. When I drop down here, it'll tell me that I need compression. It'll tell me that I've got some render blocking going on. So it gives me some information, but not really enough. I'm going to have to find another tool to really tell me what to work on with this site. It will show me that the site is responsive, and this is what I mean. Now that's a good-looking viewport. After a while, I probably would rather just have the information than have it expressed in that particular manner. When I drop down here to SEO, they'll just take a look at like the very most basic of things. Does it have page titles? They'll give me a yes without showing me what the page title on this page is. Same with meta description. And one of the things I was a little disappointed out, because HubSpot is really great at producing content. Like when I clicked on read more for the meta description tag, it takes me to this that's showing me a capture of a search engine results page from like 5 years ago. You see the little picture here of Ramesh Ranjan up in the left. That type of search snippet hasn't been seen in a long time, so this is a pretty old page. And with something like a meta description tag, as they're talking about here, Google has just in the last 6 months changed their specifications on that title 2 different times. So it's really important to have more current information. When I drop down, I see on security, it just basically tells me that I have a secure site, so that's good. When it says, what should I do next? It's a pretty short list, 4 different items. And then they're basically, of course, offering me a trial of their software. Now, we have been comparing these tools to our SEO audit checklist. And one of the things that we do at Horizon Web Marketing in the consulting side of our business is we will do SEO audits on sites, and they're typically pretty thorough. So we've taken each of these tools and we'd say, okay, if I'm using this tool, will it help me to clear a particular item on our SEO audit checklist? So the SEO audit checklist here has a total of 91 different items. And the HubSpot website grader is showing up here as having been able to help me clear 2 out of 91 of those items. That's about the lowest score that I've seen. Well, it's definitely the lowest score that I've seen. I'm just going to scroll down here through some of the items on our checklist. It was able to tell me that it's using HTTPS or a secure protocol. It was able to tell me that the site is mobile friendly. But as far as everything else on our audit checklist, it was not able to help me out at all. So in terms of using the website grader to actually do an SEO check on your website, I'd say choose one of the other tools that we've been looking at. That's not to say anything disparaging about HubSpot's platform or any of the other things they offer. And as I've said before, I really appreciate all their great content. But this particular tool really is not going to be very useful whether you're experienced or inexperienced in terms of SEO and digital marketing. Now, that SEO audit checklist that I showed you online, we do offer as a free resource, and I'm going to put a link down in the description of this video where you can click through and get a copy of that checklist for yourself and start working through it. The checklist also has links to videos and other instructional materials to help you to be able to do some of the checks that we have on our SEO audit checklist. Also, please subscribe to show your support for our video production and the fact that we're trying to create content that's useful for business people out there who are trying to do SEO on their own. So just go ahead and click that subscribe link if you enjoy content like this. Also, please let us know if you have any consulting or SEO training needs. We'd be glad to help you out. Again, my name is Ross Barefoot with Horizon Web Marketing and the Horizon Web Marketing Academy, and I'll see you next time.